Hey everybody, I'm in North Glen today and I'm supposed to be cleaning these gutters for a realtor. First time that they've used me. And I'll let them know, hey look, I saw you had another listing up in Johnstown. You guys got 2-inch hail a couple of weeks ago. Would you like me to go take a look at it? And she's like, no, I already had somebody take a look at it. There's nothing wrong. Got a picture report and everything. I was like, it just sounds kind of suspect, but okay. Just making sure you had it taken care of. So I get here to this roof, and it's awful. I'm going to reach out to her, and I'm going to send her this video. Your other roofer is a hack. I'm going to show you why. So I can tell that some repairs have been very recently done on this home. This one was just sold, and the realtor's client are the buyers. Okay, so I'm here to clean the gutters out before they move in, and you know they need it. They've got this great big tree right here covering up this corner, and then influencing that gutter down there too. So I would suggest this run right here and that run right there getting some gutter covers, because this tree is not going away. But as soon as I get up here, before I even take my before pictures, I see a bit of a mess from a recent roofing repair. I'm like, that's a little interesting. And then I start to see the actual repair. I took a few pictures, but man, this really deserves a video. So I can tell, here, let me move my stuff out of the way. Put my bucket right up there. I'm gonna move my leaf blower over to the other side. All right. So here's what I saw. First I saw some creases right there. Then I saw this ring had some fresh caulk on it. And then I saw this little piece of plastic sticking out here. Okay, that's the wrapper from a package of shingles. Then I saw hail on this, and I'm like, that's interesting. Then I see fresh caulk on here. The fresh caulk is great if you do a good job of it, but this one, I mean, they've got granules all stuck in the caulk, which, again, whatever. That's just a sign of being messy. But this one right here, this blob of caulk, really doesn't even cover the nail over on this side of the nail. I mean, caulk's pretty inexpensive. Why do you got to skimp on it so that you can't even get it on the nail? Okay? And then, this crease right here goes all the way over to there and comes all the way over to here once I get on this side of the roof to look at it. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. Let's see if they did anything about that. And I pick it up and I'm like, whoa, hey, they did absolutely nothing. They might have actually even caused that crease while they were trying to do their repair. See this right here? They did a repair. How come none of that is caulked down? Honestly, how come that shingle hasn't been replaced? And so you see this right here, this is like an old shingle that they sliced off instead of pulling it out so they could replace the one below it. And then the new ones that they put in, they almost sliced completely in half. See, this is the new shingle here, and it only goes up to right here instead of having it come up underneath here. So they just left the old shingle somewhat in place so there could be, right here, there's about an inch, maybe a little bit more overlap. Right here, like less than half an inch overlap. And this crease is completely because of how they did their repair. It's absolute hack job and trash. Okay, now if I step back a little bit, Can you guys see where the new shingles are? Because it's slightly a different color. They didn't even match the shingles. It's not the same shingle. It's close, but it's not the same shingle. All right? So now you see a little bit of a shadow there, a little bit of a shadow there. Let's go check those two places out. We're going to go to this one first, right here. Okay? Find out why is there a shadow there. Oh, because they overlapped the shingle. They didn't even cut it right. Shingles are supposed to come, they're supposed to butt edge to edge, not overlap at the edges. See, like there's a bit of a gap there. And then other one, that other shadow was right here. Again, because they overlapped the shingle instead of butting it up. Okay? Now I want you to see some other things. They left trash. They left trash. They left a nail. They didn't really even clean up after themselves. Not only that, but hey, look at this. Right here, this scuff mark, and this worse scuff mark right here. That's because they stepped on it when it was hot and pliable. Roofers should know better than that. That's a foot mark right there where they stepped on it, and there, and there, and there, and there. Okay, so now besides that, look, there's more issues right here. I can tell, not only does the color change a little bit, but just this old shingle is a little thicker than this new one, and I can see the difference in the thickness where it transitions. Plus, oh, let's not forget, they completely ruined the old shingles that they actually left on there. Whereas you're supposed to be, oh, look at that overlap right there. What is that? 2.5 inch overlap? Another overlap. Guys, they're supposed to be sealing down the old shingles so that the new repair and the old shingles, none of them end up like this. This is absolutely a hack job, okay? Terrible roofer that you used. I'm not going to call out you in this video. And I obviously don't know who your roofer is, but they're a hack. Didn't do anything about that nail right there, which is causing a leak. So then I come up here, I'm like, wait a second, all right. So they freshly caulked this. That's great. That nail there. What'd they do about this side, though? Nothing? They like it that way? Huh, interesting. Then I come up here, just because I'm gonna check out these gutters over here. I'm like, oh, look, another repair. See the discoloration in the shingles right in here? All right, fine, let's go check out this one. Oops, left a nail, left some trash. Did some trash work. Yeah, this is the same people that did this repair as the other side. All right, well, let's check it out. Creased shingle along the top here. Yeah, that makes sense. That's them. Oh, look. And guys, honestly, I checked out that one before I turned on the camera. I have not looked at this repair before I turned on the camera. So we're all going to find out new stuff here. But not surprised, right? That top shingle was not sealed down after they did the work, and it's creased. Like, if you don't want to replace one shingle, the top one, fine, but make sure it doesn't crease. And even if it does crease, why didn't you seal this down? See, you had to break this seal to be able to get the new shingles up underneath there. You should know you're gonna have to re-seal that. All right, well, let's see how they did it. Old shingle here, new shingle here. How much of... All right. More of an overlap here. Not terrible on that overlap. Oh, I don't know. Did you guys even see that? It's in the shadow. So, a bunch of overlap there. All right, look though. It's close, but no cigar. Shouldn't be an overlap there. Should butt up next to each other. Next row. Oh, I can tell just by the thickness there's an overlap there. Yep, a little bit. Look again. Scuff mark. All right, let's come back a little bit, see if we can find... Here's an edge of it. See how I knew this one would be stuck down because it's new shingles, but this one would not because it's an old shingle? I could tell that just by the color. And then again, not surprised that the old one is not stuck down. Oh, hey, a little bit surprised there. Old one is stuck down, but new one hasn't quite sealed yet. That's fine. It's still pliable. Sealant should seal down. All right, this one should be old, this one should be new based on the color. Yep, that one's sealed down and that one is sealing down. Not all the way yet. Oh, there we go. They didn't seal down the old one and they overlapped the shingle instead of butting them up next to each other. Let's see, new. This one should be new based on the color. It's a weird transition there. Oh my goodness, look at this. So this is the old one. This is the old one. Here's a new one. Okay, but look what they did right here. Old. I don't even know what. Oh, that's a piece of a new one. They just cut it off and then left it behind. Why'd they leave it behind? Ah, here we go. Because instead of overlapping this right here, they left a gap of almost a ½ inch. So if they had butted these ones up, they wouldn't have had to do an overlap over there. And so their solution for this gap is we'll just put a new one in there and we won't even nail it down or caulk it or anything. We'll just leave it sitting right there. Oh my goodness. What a hack. Right here, again, 2-inch overlap there. Not even sealing it down with the old one. Awful repair. Don't ever use that roofing company again. I don't even care if you use me at this point. But just don't use them again. Sorry. Had to come back on here again. Thought I finished the video. Look. New boots. Those are fine to use, right? I use them too. But look at this. What? No caulking. Nothing. That is trash. I'm gonna fix that for you before I leave. How about this one? Oh. Terrible. Trash. And look, I bet the reason why they fixed these is because right here it's inverted some. Well, look at this one. They did the same thing to this so that this one's inverted too. It's because they don't know what they're doing. Don't know how to do it at all. Don't let zombies on your roof, people. Roofers that don't know what they're doing. That's a zombie. Alrighty. Told you I'd fix those boots before I left. They're fixed. You gotta trim the shingles around them because you're putting down a bigger boot than what was there before. And then you gotta caulk the bottom to make sure it doesn't come off. Now, one thing they did do, right, is on this top edge here, they left enough so that you get more than just this little very edge against the pipe. You've actually got a decent amount that wraps around the pipe. So that doesn't need caulk there. Again, this one, I turned it so that the part that was on the back is now over here on the side, so that that's got some chance to warm up in the sun and get back into place. But in order to make sure that you don't get that inversion in the back, sometimes you actually have to trim off pieces of the boot itself on the back so that you can get the right angle on there. That really was a bad roofing job, and I really hope you don't use those guys again.